Will now be recorded.
Benny?
Yeah. Yeah. Show me your file once. I see
Yeah,
your
this is
monitor
my
job screen only. No, I see your monitor jobs screen only.
Oh, okay. Just a minute.
Yeah, I can see that now.
You can see, right?
It's gone now. You have stopped sharing.
Okay. Just a minute. I'm sharing my window.
Yeah, I can see your screen now. Open that file.
Okay. Are you able to see my file?
No, I still see your black screen of sharing.
I think, yeah, wait.
Maybe you have selected the clean screen, so it is not showing up.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Don't select that option.
Now, okay.
Yeah, I can now. 11/6/2022. Scroll to the left. Scroll to the left.
That's it.
Okay, user ID. Okay, you have given the user ID as name.
Yeah, my
Yes.
user ID and username both are same.
Let me check. Okay, can you upload that again?
Yeah, sure.
I don't see those users. Yeah. date is 11/6/2022. Scroll to the left.
Yeah.
What all details have you added? Okay, what is the employee ID you have given there? Go back.
KVR underscore.
Okay, your user ID and your employee ID is change. Different, right?
Yes. No,
Yeah.
user ID and employee ID both are same. Sorry. User ID and employee ID both are different.
It should be same employee ID and user ID.
Oh,
Copy
both
that.
should be same. Is it?
Copy that and add this to your user ID. Username can be different.
Okay. Let me try now. Okay, validation successful. So taking the time.
Import. You don't have to select again. It will.
Oh,
Import.
okay.
Hmm.
It's done. So, No, it's not yet come.
I need to refresh once.
Okay. No, you know. No.
KVR underscore EMP 00.
EMP 000234. So 2, 3, 4, 5.
Email ID is fine. Manager ID, human resource, high date. Scroll to the right. Your right. Let me see what you have there.
I haven't done anything here.
You have not added anything. Right? Can you please share me your file? I'll try that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, Venu. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
So, you want me to share now or after class? We'll try.
Let me see who is this. Okay, you have done, right? Let me check. Now, if you go to monitor jobs,
Yeah.
total user count 0. Yeah, it is showing as failed 0.
Failed 0. Yeah.
Yeah, the number of active and inactive users whose data records are changed without the status change. Okay. Because field gender for user is too big. Maximum length is 1. You go to monitor jobs. Yeah, first file, download that file.
Okay. This one is okay. Wait.
Yeah, scroll down. Scroll down to the end. You see here, 34, 35, 36, and so on. It's too big. Maximum length is 1. Gender, it should be either M or F.
Oh, okay.
If it fails, it gives the status in the job. You can check the status here.
While we are doing the validation, it should show, I mean, issue, right? Error. Should throw the
Yeah,
error.
for the basic import system cannot understand that. If it
Okay.
is in personal information, yeah, it would show up the error.
Yeah, but it is done now. So,
Yeah, import it. Have you done
done,
the
done.
import? Or,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Now
Okay.
just refresh once and check.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you can. Yeah, you can see those employees now.
Yes.
Search for
Now
them.
it is
You'll
came.
see.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It is came.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So in this case, your system will not show. It is not validating properly. So
You can check it in the monitor jobs. Actually, basic import
yeah.
the UDF file system will pick any data. System will not validate the data with. Now, even if you give some department which is not existing, system will take that. Okay,
Okay.
basic data, it only creates the user. Okay, but it won't actually store the data into respective fields. Okay, it is just for the information. Even if you have not created some department called HR or no sales, you give some data there into the department field, it considers that whether it is there or in system or not. It will try to upload it because it just shows
So,
up on the quick card.
what is the meaning of validation then in this case? We
Validation,
are
see,
yeah. Yeah.
yeah, validation, it works for the other fields, other portlets where it gets stored in the database. Here, it is not storing it in the database. It just shows up as the employee profile field on the quick card. Now see, without Employee Central also you can upload basic import. Even if you
Okay.
don't create legal entity, you don't create department division. Somebody who don't want to implement EC but want to use SuccessFactors system for other modules like recruiting or PMGM or compensation. So in that case, what happens is system takes anything that you upload.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So there it won't see whether what exactly is the values, but here the gender, what you are uploading, it is trying to save in one of the fields and it is getting that error. So if the same field gender is there in the personal information, you try to upload it in the same way in the personal information, you will get error, validate or the regular one.
Okay. Means the data already available. That's why it is
Hmm.
giving the error. So
Yeah. It will validate with the existing pick list values in the system.
60. Okay. So it will. Okay. Sorry, and I really don't understand the difference still, because validation means data is valid or not. System should check. That is my
Yes.
understanding.
Yes.
Correct, right?
It,
But
it will
yeah.
check. It will check if it is the other portlet which you select. Basic import is not a portlet. UDF file,
Okay.
it is not a portlet. It is not saving the data into any of the existing fields in the system. See, when you create, if you now go and check the user, the gender you have uploaded as M is male, F is female. But if you go and check in the personal information, you will not see personal information of that employee. If though you
Okay.
have uploaded gender, you might think that you have uploaded gender or you have uploaded, the email. Where is that email? Email will only show up in your pick card, not into your email portlet there.
Okay.
See, other day when I have shown you,
Mhm.
I went to one of these employees. Now, all of these employees, initially when I have uploaded, system has updated these values or these user names with Wipro 00, Wipro 1, Wipro 2, Wipro 3, and so on. Right.
Okay. Okay.
Now, it didn't store the data into the personal information when I have uploaded the basic import. It has just created one user with the data which shows up only on the profile. That's called only the EP, employee profile, not the complete people profile. Now here, once you have the data into the job information, that gets synced here. Or
Okay.
personal information. When I have uploaded personal information, I have updated with the actual names. So the
Okay.
actual names got updated here as well. Initially, it was Wipro 5. Wipro 5 as the employee name. Wipro 3 as one of the employee name. Wipro 4 as the one employee name. So that was not storing in the personal information. So if it is any of these portlets, yes, system validates the data.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Fine, Venu. And actually, monitor jobs. Background schedule job will trigger if the more if if the file contain more than 10 records, right?
More than 10 records, yes. In case of the import and export data or in the import employee data, you will find the data. If you have some issues with the data, then it shows up in the
Oh,
this one as well.
Okay, so
Monitor
we
jobs
have
as
it two
well.
okay, fine. So if we get any issues, then we can check in monitor jobs,
Yeah,
is it?
UDF has got too many fields. It has got around 30-40 fields. So it cannot display those 30 fields onto the screen. Okay, so that
Okay.
displays in the monitor job. So you need to extract that report and see.
Okay, Venu. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, others? What happened? KV has left. Venkat has left. Yeah. Others? Any doubts? Priya?
Venu,
Yes, Devashish, go ahead.
suppose I have hired an employee with like today's date. So like after hiring, like there is some changes in date. So if I like again I want to hire with future dated, so how could I done?
You have done that hiring through manual or import?
Manual.
Manually you have hired. So you can go to manage data. Earlier, now we used to do all these corrections in the job information date correction, but now SuccessFactors have opened or created a new object called hire date correction here. Okay, you can check the employee here and correct the data. It shows up the future dated records here. Or if it is the existing date, you go to now the employee, Lakshman. Future dates can be corrected from managed data. I think this release they have now they are allowing the past date also. In the last release when it was now introduced, it was only the future dates. Starting from December, it also allows. When you go edit the hire date here. Instead of November 1st, put 31st. Or if it is future date, just put future date. Okay, it was 1st of November. Now I have changed to 4th of November. You see, this is changed now. It will also update in the employment details. This is changed. Now you go change the first date work. Is to 4th. Okay, this got updated from job information.
Employee profile we can change.
On the employee profile itself, you can change.
Okay.
Venu, I also have one question.
Question or doubt?
So it's a question because when I gave last interview, so the interviewer asked me, so what are the roles or permissions you gave for the security admin for your customer or security admin and the admin? So I did not know that time what to answer. Though in the implementation guide, I have read the differences. What are the differences like between the normal admin and a security admin? But then I did not that time I did not have that much clarity of what roles which what permission which we need to assign. So in that case, how should we answer?
Yeah. So basically, we can grant the admin or security admin any permissions that they want to have. Now, anybody can be security admin. It can be someone from the HR team, or it can be someone from the IT team. Okay. So depending
Okay.
on the role that they are in. Sometimes if you want to have security as a HR admin, so that HR admin will be in employee role. If he or she is a manager, they will have a manager role as well. Okay, because they are a HR, where they will be doing some HR activities, they will also have the HR role. And other than that, there is nothing called, for the security admin, there is nothing called role. Okay, so
Okay.
we'll be granting them or adding them in one of the no navigation that actually I'll show you today. Okay, now if you want
Right.
to make someone as a security admin, you need to go
Yeah.
to manage role based permission access. There's a page called manage role based permission access. You need to go to manage role based permission and add that user here. You go add that user here. Once you add that user becomes the security admin. Now this option, role based permission admin, this will grant
Okay.
them the access of manage permission groups and manage permission roles. You cannot grant the permission of manage permission groups and manage permission roles from the permissions, from the roles and permissions. There you don't have option to give someone the access to manage role based permission. Now if you enable this, they will become the security admin. They will be able to create groups, they will be able to create roles. Okay, and if you give this access, allow access to this page, they will be able to add more people as a security admin. Now there would be some
Okay.
users who has got access to this role based permission admin, but they don't have access to this page. So they will not be able to access this page. They will
Add.
only be able to create groups and roles. Got it?
Okay. Yeah, and they would not be able to provide the access to the role-based permission to other people also,
Yes,
right?
they will not be able to. Other people meaning they will not be able to make security admin for other people.
Yeah.
Now I cannot
Okay.
make you I cannot make you no security admin if I don't have access to this page.
Okay. So in order to make a person security admin, we need to check this option of role-based permission admin.
Manage role based permission admin access.
Yeah, in manage role-based permission access, we the role-based permission admin should be checked.
Should be checked.
Okay. And this allowed access to this to this page comes when we create a super admin in the provision, so automatically they will get an access to this page, and
Yeah.
then they can go and check this role based permission admin check, so they'll become the admin
Yes.
sorry yeah, admin. Okay, Venu, so that is the only difference between
Yeah.
security admin and the other admins.
Though you and me are
Okay.
in the same role, same group, but we'll not have, let's say you and me are in the, all of us, you and me have got the same roles. Okay. You are in HR admin role, I am in HR admin role. You are in manager role, I am in manager role. But I am tagged
Okay.
here as a role based admin. So I will have security permissions. You will not have security permissions because you are not in
Okay.
this list.
Okay. And the person who will have access to allow access to this page, only that person can add admins, security
Yes.
admin,
Yes.
right?
So all of
Okay.
these users who you see, they can go and add the users here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, only
Okay.
these users. Now this person extension service user, he or she cannot access this page. But this user
Yeah.
can access groups and permissions.
Yeah. And the one which is grayed out is from the
Hmm.
provisioning.
Yes, this is from the provisioning. If you have created a user from provisioning, yeah.
Okay. Venu, second question I have is like yesterday you said that as an employee will not have an access uh, uh, to edit, sorry, the correct or the delete thing, because this will not trigger a workflow if the employee is making any changes to his personal details. So
Hmm.
in that case, my question is why a workflow cannot be uh, triggered for those transactions for delete and correction?
Now, there might be some cases where user have to go and update the record without any trigger, without triggering the workflows. Or it could be the HR who is actually maintaining the data. Now you are a user. I am your HR. When you go update your record, system should trigger a workflow. But if I have to go and update the record, system should not trigger me the workflow, because it's my job to update employee data, right? So I should go update the data without any workflow. So I will go here instead of, now even if I go with this route, it will trigger a workflow. But if I go and update the data with edit, then it will not trigger a workflow, because this is for only for admins. Now in real time, you will not have access to edit or delete for users. They'll only have access to pencil icon. If you have workflow, it triggers a workflow. If you don't have workflow, it gets updated in the system without workflow.
Okay. Okay, Vinu. So this provision they are keeping it for the HR people so that they can without triggering workflow they can go and update the
Yes.
employee record.
Yes.
Okay. And also, Venu, one last question I have. I have asked you about HRIS sync. So I asked you from where we can check the employee central fields, standard fields which are mapped with the employee profile. So when I went to and checked there in HRIS sync mapping, so there we can go and do the customized mapping towards the custom fields. But like from where to check which fields are mapped to which field? This information, I mean, from where to get that information?
Download the succession data model. You'll find it easy.
Succession data model. Okay.
Succession. Let me download that and show you. And you're fast about HR sync, right? So I'm just logging into provisioning. Give me 2 minutes. I have to check credentials. Yes, Lakshman, I have stopped sharing because I'm just trying to log into provisioning. Give me 1 minute, I'll share my screen. I'll share my screen now. Okay, so when you log into provisioning, I'll just search for monitor jobs or manage schedule jobs, anything. Go to manage schedule jobs and search for HRIS. You have something called HRIS sync. So this is the job which keeps running in the system. If you see here, it says it is recurring. Okay.
Yeah.
This is recurring, and then this is submitted. This is not submitted because of once HRI sync will do, because every day it keeps running and it updates the employee data. Whatever information that we store in personal information or job information, this gets updated into the UDF file. Okay. Whichever fields are synced with the custom fields. Now, Standard fields, system will automatically update. But for custom fields, if you want to have mapping, then this sync will have to go check what is that field and then update. Okay. Now, if I go here, yes, go to edit. Okay. Now you see here, this is the job that is there. Job name is HRI sync and job owner is Anya sync. Okay. What all has to be updated? Contact information, business address, salary, personal information. So all of these portlets will be updated. Now, automatic manager transfer. So sometimes when there is a change in the manager, then automatic insertion of new manager as the next document recipient, document transfer to new manager. So these things will move any documents, like it could be performance management or performance appraisal or a goal management document. These will be moved to new managers as well. So you check all of these options and then schedule a job. Okay. It is daily at around 2. Now it is selected as 2 p.m. See, 14. You can select it multiple times also. If you want a job to be scheduled 2 times or 3 times in a day, you select use. It says hold the control key down and select multiple hours. And every day it keeps running at 2 p.m. And the job start date you need to give. End date you don't have to give. It keeps running. But if you want for end date, you can also give that end date as well.
Okay.
Okay, this is HRI sync job, which updates the employee data from people profile to employee profile. Employee profile is your UDF. This one is your employee profile, and this is your people profile. Okay. Now, yesterday when we have hired, we have given a different name in the UDF basic import and in personal information. But after uploading the data in personal information, system updated the UDF as well. Okay. So today, if you make some changes, if it won't update, it takes, when the sync job runs, it gets updated. So these are all the standard fields. Now you don't have to map that first name with first name, last name with last name, department to department. You don't have to map it. But if you have any custom fields where you want the data to be updated into a particular field, then you need to have the sync mapping done. Like you have created some field in the job information or some standard field which is not available in the basic import, and you want that to be updated in the UDF, then you go create a custom field, sync the mapping to that field.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and in UDF, if you check the hire date and the other like division, department, and all those field, they all are coming from EC, right? So in that case, the question which he asked me was from where to check which field is mapped to which field. I know which field is mapped to which field, but I don't know the place from where to check. Is there any place wherein we can
No,
go and just simply
these
check?
these are, let's see, first name, last name, gender, email, manager, HR manager. So these are your standard fields. These are your standard fields which are available in the UDF. Okay. And in the people profile. So you don't have to do specific mapping for these fields. Even in the real time, when you do project, you will not do map all of these fields. But fields where you have some custom fields, if you have configured some custom fields, you see these are custom fields. Now here, I have a custom field called custom 05. And here this custom 05, what is it bringing up? It is pulling the company best run France 2200. So this is taking legal entity. Okay. Because maybe the
Yeah.
legal entity is not available here. Legal entity is not available in the standard fields. So they have mapped a custom field with legal entity. And the HRI sync updates this field with the legal entity data. Whatever data that we have on legal entity field of job information, it gets updated here. So for these fields, you will find. Now, if I go to custom 05, manage business configuration.
That I understood, Venu.
For the standard
Mm,
fields, you don't have to worry. Those are automatically tagged to the UDF fields, and you'll not see that anywhere here. Now, same
okay.
thing here. Company, how will system know that to this field, system has to bring whatever data that we have created in managed data. In managed data, we have created company. Why is
Yeah.
that showing? Why is that drop down showing in this list, in this field? Why the business units that we have created are showing up here? Did we map anything here?
No.
Then how will how system knows? Did we do anything to show up here?
No. It is coming from succession data model.
No, this is not succession data model. This is this is your employee profile. But where did you map your MDF object to employee field? This is a standard field called business unit. Okay,
Yeah.
so we are not doing any mapping here. System picks up the standard object, but if I create tomorrow, if I create a custom object called function, custom MDF object called
Yeah.
function,
Function.
then
Then we
that
have to put
function
it here.
here you don't have function. Now I have to create a custom field, have to add a custom
Yeah.
field, have to map that custom field to function. How will I map the field ID, the reference?
So
I have
mapping.
to reference I have to map here saying that it is a generic object or foundation object and is give the ID, reference object, what ID you want to get.
Okay. Okay, Venu.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Any
I
other
I will
doubts?
dig it more, but no, I don't have any doubt on it.
Not you,
But if
others.
I'll, sorry.
And not you, others. I'm asking others also.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead. You're saying something.
Sir, I will work on it uh, tomorrow, and if I'll have any question, I will ask you again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we
Thank you.
integrate EC module and recruitment module simultaneously? What do you mean by integrate? You don't have to do any integration.
No, I did not say integration.
No, not you. Devashish has asked that question. I was just reading his
Okay.
question. See,
Yes. So
any module of success factors, performance management, recruiting, onboarding, or compensation or LMS, system picks up the data from this UDF. And in your recruitment, you can use any of these fields from the UDF, from the basic import, whatever field that you have gets synced with the recruiting data. You don't have to do any integration separately. Okay.
so whatever data, suppose I am maintaining, like I am hiring all the people's, like in added employee, I'm hiring all the like employees, so it will like by default will integrate to recruitment world modular, like
Hmm.
how it works.
See, if I am hiring Debashish in this system and Debashish is a recruiter, okay,
Hmm.
meaning I am
Hmm.
hiring a recruiter. So what do you have to do? You have to actually go do the hiring in the system. So you have to create requisitions. You have to source the candidates. That's your job. So how are you able to access
Hmm.
all of these things? You will have the data, the position org chart. You will be taking the empty positions from the position org chart.
Hmm. Hmm.
Give me a second. I have to assign you the permission. By default, if I have created a role called recruiter and tagged maybe a job code or a pay grade to it, saying that all the job codes of this job code should be recruiter and they should have permissions to go and recruit the candidates. Now, when you go open the position org chart, you will see the open positions. When you convert the requisition, when you convert that open position, vacant position into recruiting, all of the data on the position what you have will move to your requisition. Okay.
Okay.
Yes or no?
Like in SAP, like we have us we are doing integration manually from like one module to another. Suppose from HCM to finance module, we are doing the integration so that the data will show to HCM to finance department. So here, like there is like we are doing the like integration manually to one model
Mapping
to
of the fields.
other.
Mapping of the fields. In recruiting also, you have you must be having some business rule. I don't know what they have named it. Similarly, they will map the fields from EC to RCM to EC. So in general, let me see, this should be the, yeah. Okay, now what they do is, okay, this is done by your recruiting consultant, not by EC consultant. Now the position data, they have to show it up in the requisition. So position, whatever detail that you have, like company, business unit, division, department, grade, job code. So all of this information, recruiter needs it on the job requisition from position. Okay, so how will system send the data of position to requisition? So this rule, what we have, this pushes the data, propagates the data from Employee Central to requisition. So why now the requisition, they source the candidates. Some of the candidate information flow from RCM to EC. Okay. So how do that flow? They map the RCM fields back to EC. Again, that is also done by your RCM consultant. So all of the candidates who are ready to be hired, they will come to manage pending screen. And when you select the candidate, system automatically gets all the information that is available in the recruitment to your manage pending hire or add new employee screen. Both of them are same. Manage pending hire, when you click on the candidate, it takes you to add new employee. But all of these fields will be automatically filled, whatever information is available in the recruiting module. Okay.
Venu sir, are you showing anything on the screen also? Because I cannot see anything on the screen.
What do you see now? It is actually
Just
configure business rule, which is actually running.
yeah, that's all I see.
Yeah.
Through business configure rules, we can do the integration like you're saying like that.
Yeah, moving the data to RCM and RCM to EC. That RCM to EC, there is a mapping screen for them, and for moving the data from EC to RCM into requisition, they do it through business rule. Okay, we have something called onboarding mapping. Similarly, see, it's set up recruiting marketing job field mapping, job requisition, job code mapping. Similarly, you should also have onboarding to EC mapping. Recruit to hire data mapping. Okay. From job recruiting template, from this template, from this field, they're mapping to EC field. Okay, from requisition, from this template, in the job requisition template, you have a field called hiring manager. That hiring manager field gets updated to the EC field called manager ID. So you can actually map here. This is for the recruiting again. You don't need as a EC consultant. Okay. Yeah. Any other doubts? We only have few minutes, so I'll try to finish off the permissions. Okay. Now on the permission side, last week we have how to create a group, how to create a role, and then add the permissions and assigning the group to the role. Okay. So that finishes your RBP setup. So you'll be creating roles like employee self-service, manager self-service, or no HRBP role, or HR manager role, or HR operations role, or a department head role, depending on your customer's requirement. Whatever permissions you want to, whatever roles that you want to create, you can create and add the permissions to their roles. Generally, you don't create a role for one single person. It is not advisable to have role for just one person. It is always a group of employees. Every time you create a role, you create for a group of employees. Now, in case where you don't have any other person, you only have one person who would be doing that, and you want to grant some permissions, then you create a role at that person. There is no option there. But in general, you'll be creating roles for a group of employees. And if you want to look at the employee, what role or what permissions or what role is granting a certain permissions, you can go to view user permission. This is only for support. When you're doing support, or somebody has asked you what role is granting a permission. I want to see this employee should not be having that permission, but somehow this employee has got the permission to view or edit personal information. I want to know how the employee is accessing that particular field. You can go to view user permission and then choose for whichever user you want to see. Okay. I'm searching with username WIP005. Have Lakshman. Now you go, just click on view permission. Now system will show you all the permissions that this employee has in the system, whatever roles. Now we have assigned this employee into a role called Wipro employee role, but system must have added him to different roles as well, depending on the groups that you have. Now see here, live profile, user login access. This employee has got access to that using all employee search and login new. Okay. And employee self-service. I have not granted, or I have not added this employee into employee self-service role. By default, every employee who's hired is getting this access, employee self-service. That means they must have created a dynamic group which picks up all the employees. So in the real time also, we do the same thing. You create an employee self-service role, you select a company. So every employee that you hire into this into system will go check if the employee belongs to that country. System will assign the employee self-service role. This employee would be able to log in and do all of these activities. Now we have granted some other permissions. Now this, if you see here, this field access, this employee has got from 3 different roles. Maybe some permissions you have not granted in your role, but if that employee is in a different role which is granting, the employee will still be able to access. Now you can go search for a particular field. Let's say I want to see the first name edit field. Now you see here first name, this is view current. This role is giving view current access. This role, employee self-service and Wipro, both these roles are giving edit and insert access. Edit and insert access. So you can go and search what role is granting the edit or delete or whatever it is. So this is how you check for each employee. This is only for one employee. You cannot search here for multiple employees at a time. Or you also have something called user role search, or now you know the field, you want to, you know the field, you know the employee, and you want to just know the role. You want to see what role is granting the permission. So here you select the person. Okay, this person. Permission category, you can choose which category. Maybe Employee Central Effective Dated Entities. Select this. Employee Central Effective Dated Entities. Edit link, or edit link, edit insert history. Target users, now you can leave it blank. You go and search. It will show these two roles are granting this permission. Edit link of Employee Central Effective Dated Entities. Okay, these two roles are granting. This is just to see what role is granting one particular field. Whereas view user role, there you can see all the permissions that the employee has. Okay, so that's on your role based permission. Now all of these things we have accessed through search bar, global search bar. Manage permission groups, manage permission roles, view user permissions, and then user role search, manage role based permission access. So the same thing you can also access from admin center. Admin center, we have a separate section for these permissions. Okay, so that is, you go here, tools, see all, and here set user permissions. Here set user permission, manage permission groups, roles, manage role based permission. We don't use this role based permission migration tool. Earlier we used to use in the initial stages, but it is not useful now. And then user role search, view user permissions, we access from here. Okay, so that's on your RBP. Security role based permissions. Looks simple, looks easy, very difficult to implement, very difficult to understand the users or the customers permissions. Very, very important. Clear? Yes or no? This finishes your RBP part. In tomorrow's session, we'll start with the workflows. If you remember, we have on the foundation objects we have not created. We have left two foundation objects: dynamic role and workflow. So that we'll be creating in tomorrow's session. We'll see how to create workflows, how to trigger workflows in tomorrow's and day after tomorrow's session. Okay. Yeah. Thank you all.
Venu, I have one question on this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So if an employee is a manager and we have created one manager role, so this manager role will be, of course, assigned to that employee. So the ESS role which we have created, do we need to assign that also, or that ESS role will be a part of the manager role only? It will
No.
be included in that role.
ESS is a different role. Manager is a different role. So
Yeah.
you don't have to grant any employee these roles manually. See,
Okay.
employee self-service role. If I have employee self-service role, what is that employee self-service role for? This is for all the
For all the
employees.
employees. Yes.
Employee self-service. And then you have manager self-service. So this is for all employees. Manager is also an employee, right? All the
Yeah.
managers will also be
Yeah.
part of employee self-service. Additionally,
Okay.
out of all of these employees, there are some employees who are managers. Only those employees will be part of manager self-service. The person who is in manager self-service will also be in employee self-service.
Okay.
Okay.
But we will have to create different manager roles for if a manager is an HR manager or an admin manager, right? Or like a normal manager like we have in IT, right? So we have to create different roles for these categories of employees.
Manager
Is
is
it?
one role. Okay. Be it a finance
Yeah.
manager or a HR manager or whichever manager it is. Okay. But
Okay.
HR
Okay.
manager, that's the HR role. Now here, HR is different role. Okay. Where
Yes.
HR has to go update the details of the employees, all employees, not only direct reports. Maybe HR manager who is part of the HR role, okay, who is part of HR role. Now, HR manager will be in employee role, will be in manager role as well because HR has got some direct reports who are reporting to him or her.
Okay.
So, HR has to take some actions. Now, if I am reporting to you and you are a HR manager, so you will have these three roles because basically you are also an employee of the organization and you are a
Yeah.
manager where I am reporting to you. So there are some actions which you have to take on for me. Maybe you have to approve my leave, or maybe you have to approve some transactions, or maybe you have to promote me. Okay. Now
Okay.
you also are in HR manager role because you're the HR of the organization. You'll have to do a lot of actions for the employees as well.
Okay.
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 So
Yeah.
you'll have total of three roles.
Okay. And when is it real time? It also happens like when you have created the employee self service role, Wipro employee self service. So there was already by default employee self service was assigned.
Hmm.
So does it happen in real time also? Like there's duplication of the role.
Duplication of the role meaning maybe some role which is granting some permissions. Okay, employee self-service role, you will not have multiple roles. You'll only have one role.
Okay. So
Okay,
if the system is already providing a standard role, so why there's a
system
need of
doesn't, no,
creating
no, no.
one?
System doesn't give you any standard roles. You will have to create all your roles. You have to decide what permissions you want to grant. See, all the no companies may not have the same permissions. Now, some company says, I don't want employee to update their personal information. Whatever information they want to update, they have to create a ticket, get it updated with HR. Okay, some companies
Okay.
say that. Some companies say that I want to give my employees the option to update their employee data, but somebody should be validating it, either manager or HR manager. So every time they update the data, it goes to a manager or HR manager. Some companies say that it is their personal information. Let them update their information. I don't want somebody else to validate the data. So you don't create any workflows. Let them update. Okay. Some companies,
Okay.
what they say, manager will have access to transfer or promote employees. Some companies say that no, manager will not have access. Let HR handle all of these transfers and promotion. They will give only to HR. So different companies have different processes. So you will not find any standard roles in the system. You will have to go create the role and add permissions. Now, these are the standard names which we give for all the customers: employee self-service or ESS, manager self-service or MSS.
Okay, Venu. So if somebody, sometimes people try to trick, so and they'll ask you like, so did you create your own employee self-service role or you use the standard ones?
No,
So
standard
that means
system
there is
doesn't
no
give any.
standard ones.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
They must be just
okay,
checking on you whether
okay,
you really worked or not.
okay, Venu. Okay, thank you.
Okay, okay then. Thank you all.
Thank you, Venu. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you
Bye.
all.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, Soumya has a question. What is that on the timesheet, Soumya? What do you want to have on the timesheet? Timesheet is again, are you there, Soumya?
Yes,
Sorry.
sir. Actually,
Yeah.
we will maintain like weekly basis, right, sir, in SAP
Ha,
standard
ha, ha.
like
Yeah,
HCM.
sorry, you have
So
asked
in
me that question.
SF, can we make it to like
No,
monthly
it is
approval?
no, it is not monthly. It is always on the weekly.
So like
You
no
don't have option
option
to have
also.
it
Like
as
same
monthly.
thing is
No.
carrying out.
Hmm.
Yeah, okay, sir. Okay.
If I go to
Thank you.
view my timesheet, it always shows me a week, not per month. Every week you have to submit. If you have to submit for approval also, it is only 1 week, I think.
Weekly basis. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I forgot to update you on that.
No problem. No problem, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye.